How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at the motuorigins Ram Man. This is one of them deluxe figures, so he's going to come with an extra head and a few more accessories in general. On the back we see the fantastic artwork at the top of the package there. Ram Man is going to have a headache after that one. We can also see how you make his power action feature work. Push him down, watch him bounce, oh yeah, and stick his stuff in his hands. As well as other deluxe figures in this series. I've already opened Battle Armor He-Man and Battle Armor Skeletor, and I've got Clamp Champ too. But as for today, it's all about the Ram Man, so let's depackage him and have a closer look. Alright, so we get Ram Man, we get a battle axe, we get that there extra head, we also get an extra punchy fist, and another cleaver of sorts. And yes, of course, he also comes with that comic. Mine, just like all the rest of the ones that I get with all my Motu figures, have no word bubbles. I don't really understand why I don't get those word bubbles, because, again, I've seen other people open up Motu figures, and their comics have word bubbles. I just get to guess what they're saying. A very cool looking figure, just like with the rest of my reviews. I'm just going to tell you off the bat, I never owned the original Ram Man because, well, I didn't have that many He-Man figures. I really liked He-Man, but I just didn't own that many. I had a good buddy that had him, and I did play with his Ram Man. And because of that, I can tell you that I do remember what it looked like, and this is a pretty darn good modern approximation, a modern update to what we could have had as kids way back in the day had the He-Man figures had a bit more articulation. This guy looks very much like the old school Ram Man, but also different, like they all do. You immediately know what you're looking at and what it's supposed to represent, but when you compare the two side by side, there definitely are differences. Really, the whole reason why we're all here, though, is to check out that there ramming feature. Let's squish these legs down. Oh, they click into place. So I think now it's spring-loaded. Yep, that's the case. The legs are now inside, because when you push them out, so they go inside a little bit. And let's try and make him ram, or jump. Hippity hop! Crisscross will make you jump, jump. So get out your seat and jump around. Everybody jump, 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 jump. Okay, that's enough hippity hopping. We know that it works. We know how it works. A cool play action feature. I'm going to have a very difficult time keeping this figure out of my 8-year-old's hands. It's going to be nigh impossible. I feel like the little skull on his belt looks like a piece of cereal. Like 1980s cereal. Look at that head there. I'm just going to adjust the camera up ever so slightly, and we are going to do a head swap, because he comes with an extra one. So you just pull it off. Oh no! That's his brain. He's got a pea brain. He has to. He keeps smashing his head off stuff. So that's him where he's wearing his facial battle armor. He could be all like, whoa! Although this is a very cool head sculpt of battle armor, do they have the same ding on top? They do have the same ding on top. Well, that's kind of cool. They actually kept that in mind and paid attention. I'll probably keep the regular generic Ram Man head on the body rather than this armored head. It'll probably just go in a head box that I've got. It's kind of weird. I've got bins full of heads and limbs. If someone who didn't know that I collected action figures found those, they'd be like, why'd you got so many limbs of people around? That's creepy. Let's put him on the he's going to become a psycho mass murderer list. The articulation for this guy, big rounded hinges in the armpits there, and he's got, oh wow, that is exciting and sad at the same time. He has better articulation in his elbows than a lot of figures do that have single jointed elbows. A lot of characters that have better articulation, their elbows only go to there. His at least goes 90 degrees. And like I said, it goes back and forth too. It's got that spinny, rotatey action. He's also got the hinged wrists, and they spin and swivel. We pretty much know what they're going to do. As for head articulation, don't count on it. Not that much, because, of course, it's got to fit on that ball peg. I wonder if this head will fit on there. That looks kind of cool, but also really silly. I'm Ram Man. Now, of course, because his legs pop into the inside of his battle kilt or skirt or armor or whatever you want to call this, because they pop on the inside there, you're going to have no articulation on the inside because the action feature takes precedent. However, he does have articulated knees, which I think is more than we can say for the previous Ram Man. They bendy, they twisty, but then does the articulation move at the top of the boot? No. Nothing. So that's it. Knees, elbows, shoulders, wrists. And at least the knees and the elbows do double duty. Why do I still have his head on there? Now I'm going to perform a quick hand swap because I need him to hold his weapons. Get on there. So now he's got both grabby fists. He's going to need him because he's got these two heavy metal cleaving objects. I don't know for sure, but based on the fact that there's like a peg hole in here, it seems like maybe this is supposed to go in there and become like a two-handed weapon. Is there anything in the comic book with Ram Man holding on to a double-headed battle axe? Nope. Nothing at all. I'm assuming that this is what they're hoping to accomplish here, having a weapon in each hand because they give him another grabby hand. For Eternia! Away! I guess now would be a good time to tell you that I also picked up Orco. I never did a review of him because he came in the mail, and I don't really know why I didn't do a review, but here's Orco. He's pretty cool looking too. I'll make sure I put him in other videos, but I'm not going to do a review of him. I like him though. One thing that I was surprised about Orco is this head, this bowling ball with big beady yellow eyes really gets a lot of range of motion. I was very, very surprised about that. And he looks really fun, really cool. This is the Orco figure I always wanted and never got. He has so much articulation for such a little unarticulated looking figure. I mean, the arms, the elbows, oh, they don't even do 90 degrees. What am I saying? I don't know what I'm talking about. This guy is okay. He's semi-articulated. He has no legs. I have no legs. And you can stick this thing here in his butthole, and then, ta-da, he can just float on a purple sparkly fart cloud. Cool figure, but today's video was about Ram Man. And his extra head. And his battle axe. And his extra hand. And his other battle axe. And his no words comic. Now before I give my final thoughts on this video, let's see what Ram Man looks like while he is loitering around with some of his other He-Man buddies, like He-Man and Man-at-Arms, or Teela and She-Ra, or perhaps Roboto and Man-E-Faces, or even Zodak. Man, I really wish this guy came with a chair. Or perhaps with the entire He-Man crew. Those are all the figures I've got so far. I got a butt pile over there to open still, so there's still more to come. But for now, this is all the good guy buddies that I've got for him to chum about with. Anywho, I'm really glad that I found him. I think he's a fantastic take on the character. If you see this guy out in the wild, I would say don't hesitate to pick him up. Don't wait on it because he's gonna be gone before you know it. Anyway, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Hopefully you found this video to be an enjoyable waste of time for whenever you watched it, and I will see you with the next one. Toodaloo!